Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first review for Game of Thrones Season 6, of course, on HBO. This one's for Episode 1, the premiere, which is called The Red Woman. Spoiler warning if you guys haven't seen the episode yet. So without talking about anything else first, I usually do my reviews sequentially. So we talk about the beginning of the episode to the end, each part. But in this one, it's like, oh, it's so weird. It's so weirded out, man. At the end of the episode, when you see the red woman, Melissandre, she takes off her necklace and the mirror. Man, it was just such a creepy scene. I mean, that was like one of the creepiest scenes ever. And as she takes it off, you get to see that she is actually like really old. Like how old does she look? To me, I'd say probably over 100, or at least in the 90s or early 90s at least. So what is that? Like, what do we? What am I supposed to? What is that? So it seems like to me that what they're basically showing is that she's a witch, as we kind of knew she was already anyway. But that, I don't know. It's like they're showing a little bit about her. They're showing a little bit more, kind of a reveal that we didn't know or we didn't see. Because one of the things about her that she was able to use to kind of, get closer to Stannis was that she was, she looks, like for him, perfect age, that kind of deal. But it seems like that's actually not the case. Obviously, she's like this old witch, red witch. So wow, really cool. And it's like you never really see it coming until boom, it hits. So I thought that was really neat, man. That was a really cool ending and very creepy, to see. And of course, because it's on HBO, they show it. They show everything. It's like, oh my god, oh, that's so weird and just so creepy. She looks like one of the. In the Disney movies, you got like the old storybook, witches and stuff with the nose and everything. Like something out of, Snow White or something of the sort. I don't know. It's just so weird, so creepy, type of deal. So that was a really weird ending, and I don't know what to make of it at all. You guys can write your comments below on what you think, and maybe I'll do some Googling after this review and see what people are saying or what the common popular theories are at this time, that kind of deal. But still, the question, which wasn't answered this week, is whether or not Jon Snow is dead. Is he dead? Is he dead for good? Or is the theory true? Will she bring him back? And how will that go? So we'll see what will happen at the wall. Will they be able to get the Wildlings to attack and just wipe out the rest of the Night's Watch, and then Sir Davos and the rest of the guys be okay, as well as Ghost, or what's going to happen with that? And is Melissandre going to bring back Jon? Like, we know obviously she's a very powerful witch if she's able to change her appearance and everything for so long, and it just we don't even really, up until this point, we didn't really know what she really looked like. Like we had this idea that she looks like that, and then you get to see, it's like maybe they're showing us a bit of her prowess of what she can do. It wouldn't be a stretch at this time for me to see her be able to bring him back to life, to reanimate him, if that's the direction they're going. But still, there's really nothing in this episode that indicates. After the trailer, people were saying, well, they're probably protecting the door, and then she's resurrecting him, and this at that time. Obviously, in the premiere, we didn't see that. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because there's a part in the trailer where there's a guy on horseback who a lot of people have pointed out looks exactly like Jon, the hair and everything, and looks like Kit Harington, so it could be. So, oh man, or some people think that's a flashback. So we'll see what happens with it. I can't wait. Maybe we'll talk about that a bit more in the predictions video. I'll do predictions for episode 2, and we'll break down the title descriptions and all that good stuff as usual. But that was a really creepy ending and really weird, and I thought everything in this episode that they did with the Night's Watch was really exciting, and just edge of my seat watching it all the way through from the beginning to that. Every time they showed them, and you got Thorne and he's doing it. We knew what he was going to do, and I like how smart Sir Davos is that he knows if they open that door, they're all dead for sure. They have there's no way that Sir Alistair is going to do anything but just kill them all. He's going to just wipe them all out, because that's the type of man that he is. So I really liked all the stuff at with the Night's Watch. This it's like, I have to stop calling them that if the Wildlings win, because then it's going to be like a new force. It's going to be like something else. So we'll see. But yeah, that stuff was really crazy, and definitely for me was the highlight of the episode. In addition to that, we have all kinds of other stuff happening. You know, the premieres for Game of Thrones, they're usually like this. We get these huge, crazy finales. There was some good stuff happening in the premiere too, as well, over 50-minute episode, because you don't get the commercials on HBO, which is always awesome. But with regards to kind of, you know, do they have these huge premieres where all this crazy stuff is happening, and that usually the climax of each season is near the end. It's like usually episode 9 or episode 10, like last year with Shame type deal. So yeah, so many things to get excited about this season, so many things that I just can't wait to see. We also got to catch up with the Boltons and see that Ramsay's life is kind of Roose is so cold, and he's like, the way he treats him is like you feel like you won, and he's lost the key to the north. So he has actually lost, according to Roose. Roose does not see it like he has won. And also, of course, Miranda is killed. But then afterwards, as screwed up as he is, right in character for Ramsay, yeah, this is good meat, you know, feed it to the hounds, feed it to the dogs type deal. Wow. So I did like the scene where he talks about her and how fearless she was and everything, and how he was so impressed and intrigued by her because of how nuts she is. They made like the perfect couple, because you got Ramsay, he's like this freaking psycho, and then you got her, and she's like this crazy bitch too. So, my goodness. So yeah, so that was a pretty crazy scene, and then Roose lets him know that if because he lost her, they don't get her back, then, you know, I mean, he's not really he's not going to be the guy. He's going to be basically nothing. Whatever they do, whatever state they're in at that time, Roose's new son that's coming will be the heir. It won't be Ramsay, because he's like Roose, as calculated as he is, knows that he won't be able to keep the North without Sansa, who they've now lost. So with Sansa, so the prediction with her was right. It was like a lot of us thought, and I had said even over a year ago when I did my predictions for the season, was that she would get away with Reek, of course. I don't know if Reek's going to survive all the way through or not. Of course, he could be killed off really at pretty much any time, to be honest, because he's been overdue. Like he's in pieces. He's got his removed. I mean, he at one time he probably wanted to be killed off. That's for sure. So Brienne saves them, which was really cool to see her kind of come in, and we kind of that was a pretty easy one, because she's around the area, and we expected Sansa. It would suck if they, like, when they were almost about to get captured. That was a really exciting part of the episode again too. Is that I was worried, like, oh my god, what is Ramsay going to do to Reek now? If he, like, after killing Miranda and his promise to her about the pain, if he gets captured and he gets brought back, and Sansa too, but especially him, he is going to be, oh man, as bad as it was before. He is going to be in bad shape, man. That's going to be absolutely brutal, man. Crazy. So yeah, so that was all really good. I like that all. We also had some pretty cool stuff in Dorne happen, which I was actually surprised by, because I didn't know, like, some seasons we don't see certain groups, like we haven't seen Bran for over a season, so I figured with Dorne, now that Jaime had left, that we might not get to see them again, but we did. We got to see a prince be assassinated, and the people stand by and do pretty much nothing, while Oberyn's family now, or leftover wife and everything, clean house, basically, even kill off Tristan. So that was pretty exciting to see, and it's kind of like, because he showed compassion. See, this is the deal about Game of Thrones. You can't really be empathetic towards other people in Game of Thrones, because you're going to get your throat slit. So he lets her go with it, and now it's cost him. He should have killed her when he had the chance, and now she has turned the table, and she's actually stuck it in. She's actually killed him. So that was really exciting to see all that stuff there, as well as the Brienne fight and the stuff at the wall. Stuff with King's Landing that we saw there. So Jaime returns, and you have Cersei, of course, who's upset and sad and talks about the witch, which I kind of forgot about, because that would mean that Tommen, he's next, right? He's going to be killed before the end of the series, you would think, because of the witch's prophecy, so to speak. But we'll see if that turns out to be true, and Jaime keeping the opinion that there is no fate. Was that the Terminator line? There's no fate, but that's which we make for ourselves. So kind of So that'll be cool to see what he does next, because of course we're expecting him to go after the High Sparrow now. Still has Marjorie as well, and you've got Lady Olenna. That's funny. The big butchy ladies. I can't wait to see her get hers. She's one that I just cannot wait. Onella, yeah, just to get to see her be killed off at some point, because it's got to be soon. We had a quick part with Tyrion and Varys, and they see their shipyard has basically been set to flames, so they're not going to be leaving anytime soon. So they're like stuck in Marine, and Daenerys is not even there, and one of their dragons is gone, so they're not having a good time. And it's going to be a while at least until they make it for Westeros, if they can even get to that point where they're going to be able to. So then we have Jorah and Dario. So they're on the trail of Daenerys. And we got to see his grayscale. It looks like it's spreading from what you can see there. It looks like it's getting bigger. So he's got a death sentence for sure. And then you have, of course, the Dothraki, who now have Daenerys. And they have their own culture. They have their own systems. Once he finds out that she was married to Khal Drogo before, the current Khal decides that, she's safe. Nobody can touch her. Nobody can disrespect her, whatever. And that she will be brought back to some place. Because they have their own customs. They have their own culture and everything. And the rules of the way that they have it is that the wives of the widows of Khals have to go and fulfill their duty and stay in a certain place. So we'll see. It seems like he's not going to take her up on her offer, and it's going to be kind of tricky. So unless Drogon comes and saves her, or Jorah and Dario find a way to do it, which would be difficult, but maybe they could, then she's at least stuck for a little while. So we'll see what happens with that. So all around, I thought it was a good premiere. I thought it was pretty good. Was really hoping to see Jon Snow get resurrected, and whether or not he's going to. It's still a question. It's still up in the air, so to speak. And hopefully we'll see that within the next couple of episodes. I hope to see it if that's what they're going to do. But again, we can't say for sure 100%. So we'll talk more about that in the predictions video, which I'll do for next week's episode, which will be episode 2 for Season 6. And in terms of a score for this one, I'm going to give this premiere a 9.1. It was a great premiere. It's just that it's so cut up, and there's so many different things happening at once that in 50 minutes, we only get to catch up with everybody. Oh, forgot about Arya. So Arya's part, not too much to mention there. She's just blind, begging for money, and gets beaten up with the other girl because she's blind. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, good premiere, decent premiere. But, nothing to absolutely blow you away, because we're just getting started with the season, and we're just kind of catching up with each group. So they split it around that, it's really choppy, and it's really cut up because, of course, we got to catch up with everybody. And it should be a great season, man. I'm really excited for Season 6 of Game of Thrones. Horrible news to hear that there's only going to be 2 seasons left, and there are only going to be 13 episodes. So really going to appreciate this season and its 10 episodes and what it has for us, because now we know that the end is coming. The end is nigh. The end is near. The next few years, we get 7, 8, like 2 years left after this year. So unfortunately, Game of Thrones is going to be wrapping up. And it's going to be sad, because when this one premiered, like when I first see the intro and stuff, I just got chills, because it's just so... It's like it's back already. We're waiting so long, but then it's like the final day's finally here when it airs again. It's just such an incredible show. So I like the premiere. It was a great premiere, and no complaints really. Ending still freaked the hell out of me. So write your comments below. Let me know what you think about the episode. What you think will happen with Jon. So now it's a year later now. After Season 5 ended, we did all the theories, predictions. We thought he's coming back. What do you think right now? Have you changed your mind? Did you think he wasn't before and that he is going to be resurrected now? Or vice versa? We will discuss it more in the predictions video. And if you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share if you've got a Facebook and you want to share through to Facebook and share with your friends. I appreciate that for everybody who does that. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to see my reviews for the whole season and the last, I guess you could say last 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, then subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again in about an hour or two for the predictions for episode 2. So I was just Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys.